What's up everyone, my name is Itssbbz, and last week Nintendo showed off the Nintendo Switch. Now last week we talked about the hardware of the Nintendo Switch, and this week we're going to talk about the games they showed us. Nintendo announced a partnership with over 50 companies, and they told us that they have over 80 games in development, and that's a lot. So, just like last week, I'm not gonna touch on every game and every subject that they brought up, but if you guys thought I missed something, or if there's anything you guys just want to bring up, please leave a comment down in the comment section. Anyways, with all that out of the way, let's get started. They started off by showing two new games that utilizes the new capabilities of the Joy-Cons. The first was called 1-2 Switch, and it looks like the Wii Sports of the Nintendo Switch. And the other game was called ARMS, all capital letters. Now this looks like a lot of fun. It's basically Punch-Out with rocket gloves. So it looks like a lot of fun, and I'm actually looking forward to this one. It looks innovative, and I really like when they push the boundaries a little bit, and they actually do that by using the controllers in this one. Now the 1-2 Switch game I actually don't really care that much for. Personally, I think this should be a package deal with the console, just like Wii Sports was. There's a reason why Wii Sports was the best-selling console game like ever, because it was packaged with every single Wii U sold ever. Next up, Nintendo revealed a new game, Splatoon 2. And this got me really amped up, because I really loved the first Splatoon. Now, I played it a bunch. Some of my earlier videos on this channel actually consist of me playing Splatoon ranked mode with my good friend Drake Ghost. Now, from what I've seen of the game, they took what's good from the original and they amped everything up, adding new weapons, stages, and special abilities and everything. Now, I, for one, can't wait to try the dual-wielding guns and the cool jumping ability that comes with that weapon. Now, I can't wait until this summer when they release Splatoon 2. It's gonna be a blast. Alright, so it's story time. When I was a kid, I used to love watching the Super Mario cartoons. And one episode in particular has always stuck with me. It was an episode of the Super Mario 3 show where two of the Koopalings, they traveled to New York and they caused a lot of havoc. Of course, the Super Mario and his friends, they showed up, they saved the day, but the thing that stuck with me was like Super Mario being in New York, running around, jumping and doing all of his things, and I always thought that was really cool. Now, it seems like Nintendo has some kind of brain scanning technology or something, because basically they took that thing in my head and they made a whole level out of it in the new game called Super Mario Odyssey. It's set for a release date during the holiday of 2017, so it's almost a whole year away, which is unfortunate because it looks really great. So after the amazing Super Mario trailer, Nintendo decided to give every single JRPG fan the biggest boner of the year so far, announcing a whole army of titles that are currently in development for the Nintendo Switch. They started off by showing off Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I have to say, that trailer was amazing. Now, I really hope that Nintendo can keep the graphical fidelity on this title, because they've always been good on the whole 60 FPS situation, and I would actually be amazed if they got something this good looking running on a portable hardware. Nintendo followed that up with a short teaser trailer that got me extremely hyped. Now, the trailer itself didn't actually show us all that much, but the title alone was enough to get me going. Fire Emblem Warriors, a Fire Emblem game for the Nintendo Switch. And this will actually be the first Fire Emblem game for a home console since the GameCube era. Now, the only thing that gets me a little bit worried is the whole Warriors at the ending. It gets me thinking about the Zelda situation and Hyrule Warriors, and now I really didn't like that game, so I really hope this will be like a true Fire Emblem game. Now, while we're on the subject of teasing, Nintendo announced that Square Enix is working on a couple of Dragon Quest titles. Dragon Quest X and XI were announced back to back, followed up by Dragon Quest Heroes, a combo pack of the 2 recently released Dragon Quest titles for the current generation. Unfortunately, there were no trailers for any of these titles, but it looks like Dragon Quest fans will have a lot of gaming to do. The creators of the Bravely series for the 3DS announced that they have a new game in development for the Nintendo Switch. It's called Project Octopath Traveler, and it's an RPG set in a 16-bit world. Now, we didn't get to see that much of the game, but with creators like that behind the scenes, it's bound to be great. Now, I played the crap out of Bravely Default, and I loved every second, so I can't wait for this game. When the Switch was first announced, a lot of people noticed that Skyrim was actually running in those trailers. And during the event, Todd Howard from Bethesda Studios showed up and announced that yes, Skyrim is actually coming to the Nintendo Switch. And yeah, it will be cool and all to play Skyrim in a portable setting, but personally, I've spent way too much time in that particular Elder Scrolls adventure. Now don't get me wrong, Skyrim was amazing when it was released, and it still is today. But if I was to ever pick up Skyrim again, I would do it on PC, and I would mod the shit out of the game and basically play God. The spotlight was briefly handed over to EA, and they announced that they have a new FIFA game in development for the Nintendo Switch. But they were crystal clear on this not being FIFA 17, and that part actually got me a little bit worried, because the last time they did something like this, it was back in the PS2/Wii era, when they actually released a subpar games for those 2 systems. What they did was basically grab last year's game, tweak the settings of the players and the teams a little bit to fit the current year lineup. And it was pure fucking bullshit to do that against your consumers back then, and it will be if they try that bullshit again. Now, I really hope they don't, because in my opinion, EA has actually improved in the last couple of years in the whole morality department. I say improved as in not great, not good, but a little bit of an improvement. After some more really bad third-party announcements where the translator lost track of what people were saying and everything, they actually ended the whole event with a bang. A new trailer for The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Now, the trailer starts off with some great-looking environments, followed up by a slow-moving camera zooming through the Lost Woods until finally reaching the resting place of the Master Sword. The trailer follows that up with some more environments, some more of the NPCs and monsters of the game, and some more of the story. And it actually leaves me with one thought, and that is, I really hope that Nintendo will let us choose which language we use for the voice acting in the game. Because I, for one, I'm not really a fan of the whole English voice acting in a Zelda game. We got to see a lot more titles than that. For example, Sonic Mania, even Minecraft and Rayman, but these were the titles that caught my attention. Nintendo has already confirmed that there will be more announcements until the release of the console, and I really hope that's true, because at the moment, there's not a lot of titles planned for the launch in March, and this worries me. Back when Nintendo released the Wii U, they didn't really have a killer title to go with the console, and this hurt them bad in the long run. Fortunately, this time around, Nintendo actually has the perfect title for the release of the console, and that's Zelda. And that will keep people occupied for a while, but that's like one title, and this is what worries me. And that is actually all for today. Thank you all for watching. Please hit that like button and all that crap, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.